Okay, kelas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon. I bid to all my students. Okay, so this afternoon, teacher would like to discuss tutorial question. Okay, so your job nanti ialah you have to make sure okay, the tutorial question you all update. Okay, update your tutorial books. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. Okay, if you refer to our tutorial book, right? Okay, tutorial first question is about the ecosystem, and as you all dah belajar secara teori, okay, when talking about the lake ecosystem, we are looking at the two factors. Okay, the light penetration and also the surface, the depth of the water. Okay, the depth of the water. Okay, so okay, so I think before we can proceed, let's recite the Fatihah dulu. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Okay. So if you refer to our tutorial book, okay, cikgu harap nanti bila cikgu dah share this tutorial answer, you all nanti update okay, our tutorial question on page, this one is under page 1. Right, okay. So the first question need you to define ecosystem. So eco tu satu hal, okay. Eco tu one thing. Another thing is the system, Okay, so cikgu padam dia besar sangat. Jadi eco satu and then another one is system. Jadi when mention about eco is actually referring to the organism, okay, as a biotic component. This one is biotic class, okay, and as well as the abiotic component. Right, so dua ini akan membentuk konsep what we call as eco. Okay, so this biotic and abiotic component, okay, they will they will consider as a system, and these two will communicate each other, right? Okay, so that is how you define what you understand by ecosystem. Okay, jadi kelas so that's why in our syllabus, okay, for lake ecosystem and terrestrial ecosystem, right? So a lake akan represent the aquatic ecosystem. So you have to see what are all the abiotic factors that affect. So kalau ikut pada lake, okay, we are referring to the lake ecosystem, okay, which is kalau you tengok kat situ kelas lake ecosystem zonation on page 5, okay, it is based on light, right? Okay, kalau tengok kat sini kelas so when there is a sun, okay, so the light that penetrate the lake consider one of the factor, right? And then satu lagi ialah about this is the shore, okay, kelas so how far, how the distance, okay, how far is from the water from the distance, right? And also as well as the water depth. So that is how you look into the ecosystem, lake ecosystem kelas So when you identify the four zone, okay, the four zone so basically you tengok dulu kelas A and B ini adalah from the depth, okay, distance from the shore. A dengan B ni distance from the shore. So yang kalau you all tengok keyword ataupun muka surat 7, okay, muka surat 7 kelas on your notes, okay. So that means You orang boleh nampak cikgu kelas Okay. Right, so muka surat 7, littoral zone and limnatic zone. So A ni ialah littoral zone. So from shore to here, to the depth here. Okay, so it's a littoral. Okay, daripada littoral start sampailah kat ujung ni. Okay, sampai kat if you kita lihat pada 3D kelas So it's a B. So B will be the limnatic zone. Jadi kalau cikgu draw, okay, the lake right, okay. So if teacher buat macam ni, okay, so this will be the A, the littoral zone, and this will be the B, the limnatic zone. Okay, so ini adalah apa tu zonation yang teacher nak you all faham kelas right, about the name of it. Okay, and then when it comes to that one is the depth the distance and the depth. Distance from the shore. Okay, ini adalah distance from the shore and distance from the shore. And now bila ditanya ada satu lagi factor which is satu lagi ialah apa ni kelas satu lagi ialah the depth. The light penetration Okay, the light penetration. So the light penetration dia akan hasilkan C dengan D. So C is aphotic zone, D will be the benthic zone. Okay, so benthic zone will be here kelas bawah ni D kat sini Okay, aphotic zone is below the compensation point. Okay, so this is C. Alright, okay, so done with that. Kalau you have anything you want to ask me, you just drop in the meeting, the chat box so teacher akan tengok Okay, like teacher mention tadi, ecosystem is learning about living things dengan non-living things biotic and abiotic. So that's why you need to know a few example of biotic component, which is organism. Okay, which involve fauna, okay, which is animal and flora, which is apa ni plants kelas Okay, so dekat below the D D is benthic zone So benthic zone, nama organism that occupy that place is we call it a benthos. Okay, so if you still remember when we learn topic biodiversity previously, okay, akan belajar topik biodiversity kan? Okay, bila you tak belajar topik biodiversity, right? So the example that given is this one protozoa, bacteria, crustacean. Okay, so this is all the organism that occupy the benthos as a benthos. Okay, on the D zone, which is just now is a benthic zone. Because okay, next antara banyak-banyak zone mana yang highest distribution of photosynthesis? Okay, meaning zone itu paling tinggi kalau kamu cari organism kat situlah paling banyak organism. Right? So the zone that highest distribution of photosynthetic is photic zone. Okay, why? Because highest light penetration required for photosynthesis. Right? Photic zone. So where is photic zone class? Kalau tengok kat sini, photic zone is yang expose kepada cahaya matahari atas ni. Inilah photic zone cikgu label yang cikgu lorekkan ni. Right, okay, so this is a photic zone photic zone is below the composition point Okay, so which zone has the richest diversity of organism? So same kalau disebabkan tadi photic zone tu ialah highest photosynthesis. So jadi kat situ banyak makanan Jadi bila banyak makanan air pun tak dalam, okay? So it will be the A, the A zone. So what is the A zone just now class? It's a littoral zone. Okay, so again cikgu buat apa ni? Recap when answering about the ecosystem, lake ecosystem. Okay, soalan suka tanya about the richest diversity organism, okay, which is littoral zone, and also the highest photosynthetic organism. Okay, because kat sini is a high light penetration which is photic zone. Dua zone ini cikgu harap you all get please emphasize it's a very important, right? Okay, and quite popular in in exam Okay, so done with question 1. Now we proceed to question F. Okay, question F is illustrate ataupun sorry, you need to put in your own words. Okay, put on your own sentence, right? Okay, where okay, give example as well, right? Jadi you need to explain the zonation of lake ecosystem. So given here, kamu tengok banyak ni point cikgu. Okay, so actually this point representing about the two factors. Okay, kalau you all still remember the two factors okay, if we apa tu kalau cikgu buka sekejap my lecture okay. So kalau cikgu tengok ekologi balik ni, okay, back to our apa ni apa tu notes, right? Okay, from the notes given you all boleh nampak the ecological apa ni, the lake ecosystem. This one is nampak slide cikgu ni kelas okay, this one will be okay, lake ecosystem this one kelas okay. So as you can see here, okay, as you can see here kelas right, okay, cikgu apa kejap. Okay, so cikgu paste dekat my ni. Okay. Jadi you all boleh tengok kat sini kelas apa tu, how this diagram, right? Okay, so from this diagram you all boleh elaborate using your own sentence. Okay, so using this diagram you all boleh elaborate based on your own sentence. So you need to have 10 point lah kelas 10 markah Okay, so what are the 10 points? Okay, so if you refer to 10 point kelas so jadi kamu kena ambil satu kelas okay. Di ini ialah point 1, light penetration sufficient for photosynthesis okay, the photic zone and apa tu, the aphotic zone. So ini akan jadi your first point based on light penetration. Okay, kamu tengok based on the light penetration, so you have to describe the photic zone and also the aphotic zone. Jadi photic zone ini kamu akan dapat 3 markah. Photic zone 2 markah kelas okay, and aphotic zone you akan dapat another 2 marks. Right, aphotic zone. Okay, so untuk based on light penetration you dapat 5 markah kelas. Okay, so cikgu besar kat sini kelas you get 5 marks in order for you to answer this question okay, refer to the based on light penetration and also photic zone and aphotic zone okay. So that one is the first part. Okay, 5 marks kat sini kelas right, ini adalah untuk light penetration. Okay, and then if we refer to another apa tu, another part of it kelas so the littoral zone. Okay, so okay, if we refer to the another concept of it class okay, wait. Okay, this one okay, so kita ambil ni limnatic zone and littoral zone. This one ni kelas okay, horizontal and vertical, right? Okay, so based on this lake zonation for the water depth, okay, the distance and the water depth class so that once you all boleh go and tadi tengok the littoral zone, okay, which is shallow, okay, and paling diverse like teacher mentioned. Okay, that is referring to the A just now kalau tengok soal structure tadi. Okay, kalau limnatic zone pula which is B, okay, so you all letak kat sini kelas ni apa tu, banyak zooplankton, okay, phytoplankton, right? Itu adalah untuk the what, the limnatic zone. Okay, last but not least, dia juga minta kamu tadi benthic tadi, the D zone D zone tadi benthic which occupy benthos. Okay, so kebanyakannya benthos is this is the benthic zone is actually referring to the zone of decomposition. Right? So apa organism yang kamu akan jumpa kat situ? Most of it is a bentos where it is considered as bacteria, decomposer and bentos just now. Okay, so done question F. Okay, ada apa-apa macam kita tengok sekejap ada tak siapa nak tanya? Tak ada siapa nak tanya. Okay, so if you have any question, so please let me know class. Right, okay, mana pelajar cikgu ni 7 orang je nampak ni, okay, kamu kelas Okay, say next, done with that. Now we go to the tropical rainforest, like teacher mentioned before. Okay, untuk tropical rainforest, we are referring to the stratification, stratification layer of tropical rainforest. Okay, so as you can see here, you have to identify all the strata and remember class, the strata, the indicator to for you to identify all the 5 strata is based on the height of the tree. Okay, so as you can see here, ada 4 strata yang kamu tak kena pasti, right? Below 10 meter, below 10 meters is actually a shrub layer, Okay, and then after that, understory, B is canopy, and A is emergent. Right, okay. So please take note class, you are going to sit for your UPS 1 next week. So make sure you all, you all confirmkan ataupun make sure you all update your tutorial books. Right, jadi teacher nak next week you have to submit your tutorial book H2P5 Okay, and also H2P4. That means soalan muka surat 1, muka surat 2, okay, muka surat 3 sampai kita try to finish until the whole tutorial question ni class Okay, kita try sampai sebanyak yang boleh lah. Alright, okay. So then referring to emergent, layer of emergent. Okay, so emergent layer which is A. Okay, so because this emergent tree, pokok yang occupy strata emergent, okay, in order to survive, they are totally exposed to sunlight. Okay, jadi in order to maintain the loss of water, okay, evaporation, so their characteristic of leaf mesti kecil. Okay, they will show the small leaf. Okay, and then because sometimes dry season jadi tak nak kehilangan banyak air, so they are sometimes deciduous. Okay. Right, okay, that is the first characteristic So teacher nak you all nanti tuliskan kelas okay, kat situ. Okay, so apa agaknya kamu rasa yang boleh haiwan yang boleh dijumpai kat sini? Okay, apa haiwan yang kamu boleh jumpa kat sini kelas Right, ini kelas kalau you all nak tanya cikgu apa deciduous ni, ini adalah normally pokok, okay, pokok yang ada broad leaf. Okay, selalunya small leaf some species small leaf atau some species deciduous during the brief dry season. Okay, ini adalah salah satu ciri lah Okay. Okay, apa antara C, layer C apa tadi kelas? C ialah understory C is understory. Okay, so bila understory, you can find birds, okay, you can find squirrel, you can find the butterfly, the snake itself Okay, so kat sini kelas ni understory kawasan C. Yeah. Okay, so it is about 20 meter height Jadi kat sini kamu boleh jumpa all these sorts of animals, right? Okay, and then kalau kalau soalan tanya kelas ni, which strata you akan jumpa epiphyt. Okay, contoh seperti apa ni, orchid hutan Okay, orchids atau lioness. Right, dia ada dua tempat kelas ni, understory pun boleh, that means C pun boleh ataupun B. C pun boleh ataupun B pun boleh. B is canopy. Right, okay, it depends on how how this orchid survive. Okay, epiphyt ini kalau you belajar dalam konsep food web ataupun food chain, they are producer, okay. But okay, these two producer, they have to live ataupun tumpang pada pokok lain. Why? Why they have to tumpang ataupun they need to be in the stratification layer in C1. Sama ada canopy atau understory, they cannot be under dekat shrub Okay, why class? Yes, like you all know, okay, when you learn about the certification of of tropical rainforest, right? Okay, this epiphyt tak boleh survive kalau dia berada di kawasan shrub. Okay, so this epiphyt kalau duduk kat shrub ni, they will die class. So in order to get enough sunlight atau sufficient sunlight, they have to tumpang dekat pokok yang ada di canopy or di understory. So the reason why, because as you all know, as a producer, they need sunlight to photosynthesis. Okay, so far boleh kelas Okay, next, what are the two characteristic of tropical rainforest? Okay, you all yang ini tak boleh jawab, memang tak patut lah because we are living in this in this ecosystem. Okay, kamu living on this ecosystem so you must know this characteristic of tropical rainforest. Right? Okay, ini adalah general knowledge as a as a student ataupun sebagai resident ataupun duduk Malaysia Okay, rakyat Malaysia, you need to know this because our country adalah negara yang duduk di garisan khatulistiwa. So kita akan usually we receive heavy rainfall. Ini no doubt Okay, you cannot deny that, right? And also our country warm the whole year. Okay, and moreover, selain pada having to receiving heavy rainfall and also warm the whole year, okay, panas sepanjang musim kelas sepanjang tahun, okay, tapi kita juga having a consistent sunlight, right? So this is why we have a very hutan kita okay, hutan hujan tropika kita sangat padat. Right? Kita sama dengan Amazon Kalau cikgu sebut Amazon, cikgu I think you all can imagine how the Amazon forest look like. Okay, cuma Amazon tu dekat Amerika Selatan sana lah Okay, next you need to also compare between the plant that that occupy the understory strata and also the canopy. So bila compare, you need to give the similarity and the difference So apa yang sama kelas? Apa yang sama ialah both kelas dua-dua this compare the characteristic So kalau tengok pokok di understory dengan pokok di canopy, they receive sufficient light energy cuma untuk understory dia ada extra, iaitu understory plant they must be shade tolerance. So that's why they compared to canopy, understory kena lebih shading kena lebih teduh lagi toleransi dia terhadap cahaya tu kurang but they still need cahaya, but if in term of comparison of shade tolerance, the canopy tree is more tolerance compared to the understory tree, right? And as you all know, the certification is based on the height of the tree. So jadi kalau cikgu suruh lukis certification, right? According to height, Jadi kalau kamu tengok kat sini, understory 20 meter but canopy it can reach until 50 meter. So the size for plant understory is smaller compared to the canopy. Boleh kelas Okay, so far boleh. Okay, cikgu tengok pada ni. Okay So cikgu ada dekat dalam kuliah ni, kalau orang boleh nampak I'm ada seorang kat dalam kuliah ni. Okay, next we go to question 3, okay, ataupun CLO 2.2, where you need to explain the energy transfer. Ingat kelas energy transfer in ecological pyramid. Kita ada 3 ecological pyramid. Okay, where these 3 ecological pyramid, energy pyramid, okay, numbers of pyramid, right, okay, and biomass Okay, these 3 ecological pyramid, you need to understand the concept of how the energy transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level. Okay, and then kamu mesti tahu untuk calculate ikhlas Okay, calculate the energy loss. So energy loss kita dah mention in our notes, is already mentioned there, muka surat 20 sorry 18 and 19 ikhlas Okay, energy loss ada 3, respiration, excretion and death. Okay, and then you need to able to calculate the TLTE kelas Calculate the energy loss ni in term of, okay, energy loss ni kelas kamu kena calculate in term TLTE. Okay, apa itu TLTE? Okay, T means trophic. Okay, trophic. L means level. T ni trophic L means apa kelas? Level. Okay, T lagi satu ialah transfer. Okay, transfer T lagi satu ialah transfer. Okay, and E adalah energy. Okay, so you must be able to calculate the TLTE TLTE. So TLTE trophic level transfer energy. Right, so how to calculate that? So jom kita tengok soalan tutorial Okay, so basically from the question given here, ini cikgu rasa kamu familiar Okay, given producer ada 440,000 kilojoule tenaga. Right, 440,000 kilojoule tenaga. So this one is on page this one is on page 3 kelas our tutorial book. Okay, so then soalan ni bukan soalan 2 kan soalan 2 Okay, so soalan tanya state process Y. So what is Y? Y is from sunlight to the producer. So obviously it is a photosynthesis. Okay, and then from producer the food chain, okay, producer will be eaten by primary consumer, would involve X X and X. Okay, so X is actually transferring of oxygen transferring of energy. So soalan tanya apa itu X? So actually X is the feeding process. Okay, relationship between the organism in the food chain, okay, we call it as a feeding process Okay, how from one trophic level it transfer to another trophic level. Okay, yang ini I think semua orang tahu kelas since you're form 4, okay, ataupun since you're form secondary school lower form, upper form, okay, this one is a fixed percentage Okay, 10% ini until matric pun you belajar. Even though nanti when you further your study, if let's say you pursue in biology atau ecology, you become an ecologist, so 10% ini kekal Okay, next, how to calculate the GPP. Okay, so GPP is standing for the gross primary productivity. Okay, that means this one is belongs to plants kelas Okay, plants as a producer, they able to produce 440 kilojoule. Right? So then the question asks you how you're going to identify, okay? Dia nak you show the calculation how the energy obtained by the secondary consumer. Right? Okay, in this food chain, if the percentage of energy transfer is as question C. So that means 10% 10% every profit level akan dapat from the producer. Okay, ataupun juga from the from the profit level that they occupy. So in this case, the primary consumer, they consume 10% daripada this energy, this GPP. Right, so 10% from this 440,000 kilojoule, we call it as a NPP class. Right, okay, so primary consumer dapat banyak ni. So how about the secondary consumer? So you all kena times dengan 10% of what primary consumer carry, how many GPP untuk dia pula kelas. Okay, how many producer 440,000 kilojoule, right? 10%, primary consumer dapat 10% kelas. So if you can see from the food level here, okay, so it will reduce by 10%. So 440, kat sini ada 4 zero, so sini ada tinggal 3 zero. Am I right kelas? Tinggal 3 zero. So this will be kilojoule, and then 10% daripada ni dia akan dapat the secondary consumer will gain, okay, 4400 kilojoule. Okay, kalau tertiary, kalau tak soalan tanya tertiary kelas 10%, okay, so it will be 4 ni right. So you can see when the when the traffic level increase, okay, the energy transfer is reduced. The amount of energy is reduced. Right. So then soalan akan tanya kelas, where does this energy loss? Right. So as a human being ataupun as a living organism, they will lose as a heat during respiration, and also when they die, okay, and undergo the process of decomposition, decompose. That is also the process where the energy can be lost. Right? Okay. So ini soalan popular je kelas. Please bear in mind kelas. Right? When learning about trophic level, energy transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level, just now class, from 440,000 kilojoule, okay, tinggal lagi berapa kilojoule kelas sampai ke trophic level keempat, tinggal 440 kilojoule je. Okay, so that's why kamu tengok kelas apa kata kalau ada lagi another trophic level yang ke-6. So yang kan ada 44 kilojoule, which is so little energy okay, to perform life. Jadi that's why, okay, trophic level biasanya paling highest pun is 5 levels. Why? Okay, why? So the reason why is because every when there is a changes on trophic level, large amount of energy is lost to the environment. Okay, so each when energy transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level, it will lose as respiration or excretion or transpiration. Okay, jadi saya cuba tadi kelas kalau dia more until 6 trophic level 6, so you akan nampak trophic level number 6 tadi akan receive less energy, sikit saja kelas right. So the small amount energy tak cukup untuk support sustain ataupun support life and on that particular trophic level. So that's why by hook or by crook, okay, trophic level paling maksimum pun 5. Okay, next question E. The question ini memang kena tahu kelas how to calculate E and F. Okay, so this one is on page 4. Sorry, page 3 Okay, page 3. So given in the question, from A transfer to B, B transfer to C, C transfer to D. Okay, A to B, B to C, C to D, and every trophic level they have their own energy transfer. Okay, so soalan tanya, you need to calculate the GPP that obtained by producer. That means producer is A kelas So berapa producer dapat kelas? So GPP just now is a gross primary productivity. So that means you have to plus kelas 4,500 kilojoule. Okay, plus 500 kilojoule. So you will get 5,000 kilojoule. Okay kelas boleh Okay, so in the above food chain, 75 kilojoule here from the primary to secondary, okay, is transferred Okay, and 425 kilojoule energy was lost. So kamu tengok kelas energy yang lost lagi banyak daripada energy yang dia obtain. Okay, in the trophic level So dia tanya calculate the percentage of energy loss. Okay, jadi berapa yang hilang kelas? So it's easy. 425 ni divide dengan the total amount the earlier the 500 kilojoule times 100. So 85% of total percentage of energy loss. Okay, from consumer to the primary consumer to the secondary consumer. Boleh kelas So this is for question 3. Okay, so next sambil you all makan-makan boleh boleh rujuk pada soalan ini and make sure you all jawab kelas Okay, cikgu akan cuba habiskan soalan sampai muka surat sampai soalan 8 Okay, soalan 8. Okay, soalan 8 until phosphorus cycle. Okay, so next question 4 is a very interesting question where you need to refer one of food web which consists several food chain. So if you can see the concept here class autotroph, herbivore, carnivore food, carnivore food satu Okay, so this is one food chain. Okay, so another food chain is this one. Okay, and then another food chain is this one. Okay, and also another food chain is this one Right, so bila tengok je gambar ni food chain ini, okay, this diagram, automatically this one is not the kalau you all tengok kelas ini you may refer to the type of food chain. Okay, this is on page page this one is on page earlier class 12. Okay, you may refer to page 12 of our notes. Right? Okay, so page 12 of our notes dia sebut kat situ living plants and dead plants. So kalau kat sini kelas ni dia start dengan autotroph. Right? Okay, that means autotroph means living plant. Dia bukan start dengan daun mati Kalau daun mati itu baru detritus food chain. But this one we start with autotroph which is considered as living plants. Okay, so it is a grazing food chain. Okay, so what is an autotroph? This one more to concept kelas masa you dah belajar dulu your secondary school. Okay, so autotroph is actually referring to the organism that able obtain organic molecule meaning C6 H12O6 okay, the glucose from obtain organic molecule by synthesizing them from inorganic. Ini kena betulkan inorganic that means carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide convert inorganic convert to become organic molecule. Right? Okay, so autotroph producer. Okay, so ada berapa trophic level kat sini kelas So ada 4 trophic level. Okay, kamu tengok balik kat sini 1. Okay, autotroph 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, detritivore ini dia bila carnivore ni mati. Bila carnivore mati, autotroph mati, herbivore mati, then it will go under detritivore ataupun detritus food chain. Okay, So that's why kalau kamu tengok kat sini, the number of trophic level that involved here, okay, it can be up until 4 trophic level. Right, so jadi bila 4 trophic level, okay, you all boleh letakkan apa contoh-contoh haiwan yang ada pada setiap trophic level. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So untuk herbivore, okay, atau autotroph ni adalah pokok lah kelas. Okay, so untuk herbivore, it can be anything. Okay, and it can be whatever yang feed on the plants. Untuk carnivore P, okay, level trophic level number 3, okay, it can be insectivorous bird, burung lah kan. And untuk trophic level 4, okay, trophic level 4 it can be the hawk, the carnivore Q. Okay, next, like teacher mentioned, you need to know 3 ecological pyramid. So there are 3 ecological pyramid, okay, where ecologists, okay, really understand these 3 ecological pyramid, which is the pyramid of numbers, the pyramid of biomass, and the pyramid of energy. Okay, kelas ni ada 3. Okay, next, ini lebih kepada how you put it in term of essay form. Right, okay, soalan tadi ada juga tanya dalam struktur. Okay, it also can be asked in essay form kelas. So why our trophic level biasanya limit until 5 je. Okay, how energy is transferred from each trophic level to in the food chain, and how it limits the number of trophic level. Number of trophic level teacher mention tadi, dia akan hanya guna up to 5, paling cun. Okay, kelas paling cun is 5. So you have to define dulu ataupun explain dulu, state dulu what is food chain all about. Okay, so bila food chain yang kita kena lihat tadi kelas pokok dimakan oleh ulat dimakan oleh burung dimakan oleh eagle. Okay, so that is showing how from one trophic level and another trophic level energy is transferred, okay, in the process of feeding process. So that's why we live to eat. We eat to live. Kita makan untuk hidup. Right? Okay. Why? From the food particles we gain energy, and this energy, when in the concept of trophic level, okay, when this organism be eaten by the upper trophic level, the energy will be transferred. Okay. So originally source of energy, of course, the sun. Ini kamu sebut je dapat 1 markah kelas. So actually we gain the energy sebenarnya from the sun, but we don't have any capability untuk absorb directly the sun. So we need the producer, autotroph, that means the plant itself. Okay, so that's why you need to learn about the food chain and the food web, okay, as a basic concept in order for you to understand the process how energy transfer in each trophic level. Kelas So this is how you elaborate in terms of points. Okay, so cikgu nak you all faham ayat di kelas right? It's transferred from first trophic level to the second trophic level, and 90% of energy is lost to the environment, and only 10% yang akan be consumed by the herbivore. Okay, kita dah buat tadi soalan latihan atas di kelas Okay, so same goes to the secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, and also as the top trophic level kelas Okay, and you summarikan this question that limiting the number of members in the higher trophic level, okay, is actually referring to the paling top level kelas the 5th level. It will only receive small amount of energy, so insufficient to support the further trophic level. Okay, alright, so soalan yang berikutnya kelas okay, sikit lagi before we stop. Okay, so teacher nak you all dapat this is on page, kalau our tutorial book is on page 4, 5 and 6 Okay, so like teacher mention kelas, apa itu biogeochemical cycle? So remember kelas kita ada bio, ada geo, ada chemical. Okay, biogeochemical. So cycle means cycling the chemical element. Okay, which is we already know class SEM 1 CHON. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen is the 4 common element. Okay, so the cycling of this element or the nutrients, okay, daripada abiotic, which considers a reservoir pool, to the organism, which is a cycling pool, and then back to the abiotic environment, okay, which is reservoir pool balik. So this is what it means by biogeochemical cycle. Okay, so when the question asks you to describe, ada 8 markah kat sini kelas, briefly describe the two components of biogeochemical cycles. So what are the two components? Like teacher mentioned, is a reservoir pool and cycling pools. Okay, so the reservoir pools, nama pun reservoir kelas, simpanan, okay, takungan simpanan. So we have a large reservoir pools of elements. Okay, in term of sebab tu kita dah belajar dua kelas, atau gaseous atau sedimentary. Okay, jadi this is the two component that you need to elaborate in your answer kelas. Okay, so chemical element biasanya inorganic forms, contohnya oksigen, carbon dioxide, ini dalam bentuk water kelas, ini adalah bentuk inorganic forms, okay, and then they will absorb by from where the element are absorbed by autotrophic organism and converted into complex organism. So nanti kita akan belajar tajuk photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide will converted to organic form dia, iaitu glucose. Okay, jadi kerbau makan glukos, lembu makan glukos, anak makan glukos, they gain the carbon element. So when we eat daging kerbau, kari daging apa whatever ke kelas, so we gain the element as well. Okay, so we are the living organism play as a cycling pools, right? Because they exchange the elements, Okay, so that is the two component. Jadi boleh tengok cycling pool, contohnya plants and animals. How it will involve in the process of food chain. Okay, that's why we belajar tentang the energy transfer from one trophic level in trophic level. How you show the feeding process? Yes, we use the food chain. Okay, carbon cycle kelas, Carbon cycle is actually from the is a gaseous cycle, carbon dioxide. So we gain this element carbon from carbon dioxide, and as a cycling pool, plants and animals as a cycling pool. Okay, dia akan tanya kelas, a few processes, which involve A, B and C. So A, B and C is referring to the natural processes. Okay, so when there is a death and decaying plants and animals, okay, it will undergo the process what we call as a formation of fossil fuel. Ini akan takes a very long time kelas, Okay, berjatuh-jatuh juta tahun, then kita akan dapat the the fuel. Okay, minyak kelas, mahal kan? Right, okay, that one is C, Okay, kalau A, you nampak kat sini kelas, diffusion. Right, so when sebut diffusion, you all understood this is actually how carbon dioxide daripada aquatic atau ocean, okay, which dissolve in aquatic water kelas, they diffuse into the atmosphere. Okay, so what is B? So B, of course, the dissolved carbon dioxide. Jadi dalam air kita juga ada water kita kelas, our ocean, our lake, okay, they contain the dissolved carbon dioxide. Selain pada kita ada carbon dioxide dalam atmosphere kelas, okay. Okay, next, apa penting decomposer in carbon cycle? Yes, kamu mungkin tak terfikir, tapi as a cycling pool, decomposer ini akan break down and remove, also recycle the waste product of the dead matter, and they will return to those the reservoir pools, okay, as a carbon dioxide when they respiration. Okay, that is why decomposer. But decomposer ni benda hidup kelas, so they are cycling pool. Okay, as a living organism, they undergo respiration process. So respiration process, as you all know, the byproduct is carbon dioxide. Okay, alright. Macam mana carbon dissolve dalam air kelas, ataupun most probably is ocean. You all pun tahu kita muka bumi kita ini boleh katakan diliputi oleh air, ocean. So how this carbon in water, okay, was handled? Okay, they are in the form of bicarbonate ion kelas, Okay, in the form of bicarbonate ion. Itu kalau ionic lah. Ataupun calcium carbonate. Okay, calcium carbonate. Okay, explain how the carbon cycle amplify the greenhouse effect. So this one is actually your general knowledge, right? I think the greenhouse effect ni apa ni you all banyak discuss during your during your English class, right? Okay, so when mention about greenhouse effect is actually the house, okay, rumah yang didesign oleh saintis ataupun overseas, okay, untuk dapatkan untuk maintain their yield, okay, their crop yield. Okay, so apa masalahnya kelas? The carbon dioxide is trapped inside the greenhouse, right? So bila ada carbon dioxide extra yang trap dalam greenhouse tadi, ini akan menyebabkan global warming inside the house. Okay, so this also apply to our environment as well. Okay, when there is a lot of activity that release carbon dioxide in our environment, okay, so our atmosphere akan create the concept of what class? Yes, the greenhouse effect warming. Okay, so ini menyebabkan our surrounding, okay, cause the global warming effect, kan? Okay, tengok kat sini kelas soalan ini ialah knowing the concept of what you learn, okay, about the nitrogen cycle. So nitrogen cycle kita ada same goes kelas we still have the cycling pools and we also still have the reservoir pool. The nitrogen gas kelas N2 okay, it's a very powerful gas. Right, kita hari-hari inhale exhale, but we don't have the mechanism to break the covalent bond. So how this nitrogen circulate in our ecosystem? So we have all the bacteria that take place. Okay, so nitrogen in cycle, why they are important? Because as you all know, nitrogen element ini is part of proteins elements. Kalau sebut saja protein, the apa ni? The common element is CHON. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. So these are the four process, okay, that involve in nitrogen cycle: nitrification, aminification, denitrification, and nitrogen fixation. So you all kena tengok pada this this diagram shows. Okay, so amino compound that will be absorbed by plants. Okay, and then animal will eat the plants, and animal will return balik the amino compound. Okay, so that is what we call as aminification. B ni ialah apa kelas? Ammonification. Okay, and then the D is the nitrogen fixation. Okay, the C is the denitrification. Nitrate jadi balik nitrogen, denitrification, and the B will be the A will be nitrification. Right? Okay, so what are the name of the organism that involved during A and D? A ni lah, this is bacteria kelas. So bila cikgu type, cikgu kena italic-kan. Nitrobacter, Nitrosimonas, okay, right sini. Rhizobium and Azobacter untuk D. Okay, so ini cikgu rasa a very popular organism, very popular organism. Okay, next, define symbiotic nitrogen fixation bacteria. Okay, nitrogen fixating bacteria ini is a very powerful bacteria that fix the nitrogen in the atmosphere, right? Convert it into the nitrogenous compound. And then the such as nitrate kelas. So the bacteria will give the plant source of nitrogen, and as well as the bacteria bagi nitrogen. Pokok tadi bagi perumah. So this is how they live symbiosis. Right? Okay, macam pokok legum kelas. Okay, last but not least, apa beza nitrification and denitrification? Nitrification from nitrogenous compound become nitrate. Denitrification vice versa. Okay, iaitu from nitrate become nitrogen balik. Okay, so that means nitrogen, okay, become nitrate. Okay, nitrogen become nitrate is nitrification. Okay, nitrate becomes nitrogen, denitrification. Because Right? Okay. So itu pertama. Yang kedua, nama bakteria yang involved kalau nitrification we have Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter, whereas in denitrification kalau you tak hafal ni pun tak apa kelas Pseudomonas and Thybobacillus ini kalau you tak memorize pun tak apa, tapi kena tahu term ni. Ini penting. Denitrifying bacteria Okay, last but not least, phosphorus cycle kelas before teacher stop. Okay. So, apa pentingnya phosphorus cycle in organism? As you all know, they are required as a major constituent of nucleic acid, which is phospholipid ATP, and also another molecule of energy storing molecule, and also as a mineral. Kita perlu ambil phosphorus untuk strengthen our bone and our teeth. Alright, so we stop until here. Okay, hari ni 15 February kelas Right, so nanti teacher already discuss dengan you all the class until page 6. So by the end of today dah siap kelas Okay, muka surat 1 hingga 9 mesti penuh. Jawapan kamu mesti full kelas muka 1 sampai 9. Okay, because next week cikgu nak mula kutip buku tutorial So make sure you all lengkapkan your tutorial book, right? Okay, so I think that's all for today. Okay, kita akan jumpa lagi nanti our next tutorial class. Okay, thank you class Bye. See you. Assalamualaikum. Bye.